Good morning. It's a lovely sunny day here down in Kent in the UK. It's sunny but it's cold, so I've got the central heating on. Today going to play with beautiful Sebastian the Seahorse, one of my favourite Lavinia stamps. There's also a stencil and a couple of other stamps to share with you as well. So let's get cracking. I've taken an A4 piece of multifarious cardstock from Lavinia Stamps. I've folded it in half, because this is a one-layer card, as you've already guessed. And I've cut it to 14.5 centimetres by 20 centimetres in length. Excuse me. I believe that's round about of 5 by 7. Then I've taken some repositionable low-tack tape, stencil tape from Sweet Poppy Stencils, and I've already prepped the front of the card to save time by giving it a border right the way around the edge of the card, paying close attention to this middle area to make sure it's really firmly stuck down, and that gives me a nice frame then for Sebastian and the rest of the stamp that I'm going to put on this card. I've got a piece of copy paper just to protect the inside, and starting off with the stencil first. The stencil I'm using is obviously a Lavinia Stamp stencil, and it's called Coral. I'm just going to pop that down, not going to keep it here very long, so I'm not bothering to tape it or anything like that. And taking a makeup brush and speckled egg. I think a lot of you by now will know this is one of my favourites. I'm using it all the time. A speckled egg distress ink. Holding the stencil firmly down, starting at the bottom, and I'm going right the way across. I think this makeup brush has had another colour on it, a sort of a mauvey colour, so it's not giving me a true speckled egg colour. I don't mind that. It looks good, so we'll go with it, yeah? And then I'm going up the card towards the middle. And over a little bit more, but then I'm staying away from both right and left edges, and I'm staying away from the top. Giving a little bit more, holding the stencil firmly. You can stick it down if you feel safer with that. Just giving it a fair amount of ink at the bottom, and then it sort of fades out as you go up the card. And I'm going up about, oh, let's see, about 3/4 of the way, if not a little bit more. Let's have a look. Yeah, look, you can see that? It's nice. So that is a mixture of speckled egg, and your guess is as good as mine. It depends on what was on the brush to begin with, because I didn't wipe it off. Sorry. Next, I need a stamping mat, or you can use a stamping platform if you feel safer with that, or you find it easier. And now I'm going to stamp Sebastian down. And here he is, and I've put him on the block already. And I'm inking up with VersaFine Clair Nocturne. And this is a fairly new pad, as I said to you yesterday, with my other sample, because this is a large stamp, and I wanted to make sure that the stamp pad was either new or re-inked. Gentle tapping all over. quite a bit. Make sure he's really covered. Gorgeous design. There is a Sweet Poppy stencil to match this, you know. The design is slightly different, but it is bigger, and it was designed by Tracy Dutton of Lavinia Stamps. All right. Just check to see if there's no stray ink on my block and I can get my fingers in. Nope, that seems okay. And it's going, or he's going around about the middle of the card. Down, I'm going to stand up for this. Gentle pressure. A little bit firmer now, especially towards the middle where it's very detailed. Should do it. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't he? Okay, so there's Sebastian in the place that he should be at. Next, it's words. Just to give a little bit of texture in the background. You're used to it by now with me, I think. And the stamp that I'm using for this is called Water Spirit Verse. Lovely words, nice amount of text in a beautiful font. And I'm going to ink up with VersaFine Twilight. I'm not taking the tape off of the card yet. So you're going to go over the tape if you do this with these words. So you're going to get a few gaps, but that's fine because obviously you've got the thickness of the tape to contend with whilst you're stamping. But that's fine. That's part of the look if you've got a sort of a few gappy areas. Piece of copy paper, and I'm taking off 1, 2, 3 generations of the ink, and then starting at the top and going out over the tape because I don't want to come in too far, and then down again, but I'm going in a bit further so it's not uniform with the way it goes down the card. Then I'm coming out again or over the cardstock again, so it's a different width. And then again at the bottom, pressing a lot heavier at the bottom. Now I think, apart from that's a bit gappy, I think that should do. Yes. So you can see 1 or 2 of the words, and you know there is text there, but it's more texture rather than actually being able to read what it says. The next stamp that I'm using, along with VersaFine Clair Warm Breeze, is Sea Tangle. Absolutely gorgeous stamp, quite large as well, but I'm only using part of it. So that's Sea Tangle. VersaFine Warm Breeze. Second generation, so let's take one of them off. So take one lot of ink off and then right out to the side and about halfway up towards the image. Press firmly because it's got to go over tape as well. That's lovely. Then I'm going to go at an angle and across. I hope you're getting this. I better check. Yes, you are. So it's still, it's sort of shadowy, but that's nice. That's what I'm looking for. And then even lower down, a little bit more, like so. Then changing colours. I'm using the darker blue, which is Twilight. Is it blue that I used or black? No, it was black. Scrub that, it's not Twilight, okay? It's black. Nocturne. So inking up again with the Nocturne and just going about halfway up the original Sea Tangle image. First generation, so it'll be nice and strong and it'll throw out that Sea Tangle towards you and make the other one recede into the background, the other blue image of the Sea Tangle. Look at that, that's gorgeous. Shall I chance another one there? Why not? Not going to ink up again, but put another one there. Yes. Right, finally, with the stamping, I'm using another VersaFine Claire, and this one is called Glamorous. First generation. Going to swing it around a little because I'm going over the other side of the card. And I don't want to go up as high as the black because it will look too uniform. So I'm coming down about 1/2 inch from this black image of the Sea Tangle, different height, and down and press. Still got the tape in place, so I'm pressing quite heavily so that it does take. And regarding the stamping, I think that we're there. Yep. So take this off, out of the way, move some of this stuff. And remove the tape. I've got lots of domestic engineering to do today, so this is why I'm filming quite early, and I'll publish this afternoon about 2ish. I've got the Grand Prix on today. Grand Prix Day, always love those. There we go. That's not bad. That's come out quite well. Great stuff. Maybe the text isn't as dark as the other card, but I'll show you that in a moment. And the final thing that I'm doing to this is that I've got some of this. It's a pearl pen by Pentart, and it's dimensional, like Glossy Accents, only it's pearly. And this one is Graphic, which is a lovely slaty grey colour. So let's have a go. And I'll show you, I had a line of them here, a few there and another few there. So let's see if I can aim for the same thing again. So starting at the top, up here, and I did, holding in a vertical position, and don't shake this stuff, it doesn't like it. Start it off on this. Oh, to get my pin, it's all got blocked up. That's it. Oh, good. Right. Got a nice flow going there, but I want tiny little dots. You might need a bit of practice with this. I did. But once you get the knack, it's like riding a bike. So we got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. Do 3s, 5s and 7s. You know how it works. All odd numbers. And then I'll have 3 here. I'm going to have one larger one. And then, so it's just down and up. so that you get a mound or a dome, and you should be fine. And then I'm going to have another one over here, and I should do as if it's coming out of the seed tangle stamp or seed tangle plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another tiny one there. Just touch it down and lift it up straight away. And this takes a while to dry, so be careful. Put it in an area where you're not going to get it touched or moved. So I'm just going to have a look at the original card. Okay. So here's the original card, and I have to say, I think that I do prefer this one because the colour is slightly different in the background. It's got more of the speckled egg blue, although it looks green. Anyway, we won't go there. And and also the text is a little bit more clear. It's clearer and it's a little darker, and I prefer that as well. But anyway, you can amend that as you go. I still like this one. It's still okay, and it does give you the tutorial on how to do it. But I think that I executed this one a little bit better than I have this one. But I'm sure that you'll be fine. Any questions, just give us a call, or rather text on Facebook or YouTube. Oh, and by the way, such lovely comments that I'm getting both on Facebook and YouTube and by email. I so appreciate them. I really do. Thank you so much. I look forward to reading them, and I answer as many as I can. But you are very kind indeed. I'll be back next week. I'm going to try and do a couple of visible image demonstrations because I've neglected them lately, and I'm so sorry, visible image. So I'm going to do a couple of those during the week and see how it goes. Other than that, have a nice weekend. Take care, everybody. Stay safe. See you next weekend with Lavinia. Bye for now.